Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 3rd of June, 2017, and I had to go out today. I had to drive in the traffic. I had to deal with store clerks. Has anybody else noticed that when you go and ask for a coffee, if you go to buy a coffee someplace, you ask them, for instance, give me a large light, 2 sugars. They look at you, they shake their head, then they pick up a coffee cup and a magic marker and say, what would you like? Or how can I help you? Again. Now, the dumbing down process has worked exponentially well. That, coupled with the fact that they've stripped away morality from people. People no longer meet each other, do the right thing, fall in love, get married, raise a family, and hold marriage sacred. I know I didn't. I got married for the exact wrong reasons, but I knew when I was getting married that it wasn't going to last. Hence, I didn't procreate. You see what I'm saying? Going to a store, dealing with anybody, driving in traffic. I'm videotaping right now, but as you can see, I'm watching the road, and I'm an incredibly good driver. That's just all there is to it. I've driven since I was, I've been driving for 30-something years. The amount, how about this? You give somebody a $20 bill, the change is $1.98. The amount of time it takes for them to figure out how to count out $1.98, if they even can do it, is staggering. All these people, there's no life in them. Go to the stores and look around. It's all mindless sheep in a coma. There's no spark of life left in them. It's all been stripped away. And it really makes me wonder, are we as good as it gets? Are we the awake remnant? Are we the last one standing? Are we the last hope? Because these people aren't the hope. You can tell them the information and show them the proof. And even if they understand what you're saying, they don't care. What can I do? I'm only one person. Well, I was only one person too. When I was watching Ancient Aliens that time and saw a TR-3B and found out that everything is an enormous conspiracy. What can I do as one person? I got rid of my television set. I stopped drinking milk. I started filtering my water. I really pay attention to what I eat, and I don't eat strictly for pleasure. I eat because you have to. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm 5'11". I weigh 235 pounds, and I've only had a protein shake once today, because I get it from Ronnie at Get the Tea. And I happen to know it's as pure as it's going to get. I no longer go to the GNC or any of the health food stores and buy muscle milk or any of the other good tasting stuff, because I have no idea what's in it. Because if you look at the manufacturer or the holding company that owns all these different brands, it always goes back to Monsanto. So my point being, what can you do as one person? If you don't have the skills, if you don't have the talent to do what your favorite YouTube channel does, start a YouTube channel and mirror their videos. Spread the word in every direction, because maybe there's people that don't know who Nicholson 1968, True Stream Media, Face Like the Sun, Richie from Boston, Pockets of the Future. Maybe they don't know who these channels are, but if you keep mirroring them, at least you're doing something, right? You're spreading the word, correct? We're in deep shit here. Every single time I go outside and deal with other people, when I interact with other people, it's depressing and sad. Every day, everything, no matter what time of the day it is, it's a traffic jam. Because nobody's paying attention to where they're driving. I'm driving and recording a video. I'm also incredibly aware of my surroundings. I'm always watching my 3 mirrors. When I get out of the car, I look around and pay attention, because you never know where the United States government's going to show up next with a false flag event. You see what I'm saying? It's really crazy how fast and how far it's gone down. People breeding, people marrying, people procreating because they're attracted to each other. Not because this person really resonates with me. I think I could spend the rest of my life with them. They compliment me well. That doesn't really happen anymore. People think they like each other, you know what I mean? Well, he's got a really nice car. Hey, she's got really big boobs. And then they're married. And then they kick out a person whose genes are worried about big boobs in a car. You see what I'm saying? And then it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Look at this, Lynn, Massachusetts. You see that beautiful wooded area over there? Anytime you go over there, there's always parking because there's never anybody in there. I spend half of my life walking around in the woods doing all sorts of little wacky things by myself because there's no people around. The Wi-Fi signal is the lowest in there. You know what I'm saying? We're all swimming. We're electric beings. We're made out of the earth. That's why we have iron, blood, minerals, calcium, magnesium, every other thing inside of us, including water and electricity. They have literally filled the air, not only with chemtrails that's dumping heavy metal particulates all over us, it's also loaded with frequencies. 3G, 4G, 5G, stuff we don't even know about, that they're transmitting that is affecting nervous systems and slowing people's ability to critically think down exponentially. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. No offense, I understand. They have set it up so certain people of certain ethnic groups, certain people in certain economic brackets, they've made it so that you have to eat McDonald's or you aren't going to eat because it's cheap. They've made it so that the dollar store is in I've seen a dollar store in every single exit on every single town I've seen in this entire country, and I've been in every state except Washington. They've done this on purpose. And then they saw the rise in health food stores. They saw the rise in organic food stores like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and all that. Well, guess who snuggled up with those guys and bought them out, whether it was a hostile takeover or a straight sellout. But it's almost next to impossible. The oceans are dead. I live next to the Atlantic Ocean. It smells like dog shit for the last 2 months. It smells like a dog shit in my house. And it's the ocean. Do you know what? That happens every great once in a while when there's an algae problem or something, but not like this. This is the ocean being dead. Starfish are gone. Sea urchins are gone. Seahorses are gone. Skates, stingrays, everything are gone. There's still some fish out there because they can go way out, but the coastal things, the things that need tidal pools, are gone. They've changed an ecosystem on the coastline since I was a kid. That ain't very long, man. It just ain't very long. And the same thing that's happening to the animals are our first harbinger. The animals are our early warning system, the canary in the coal mine, so to speak. They've killed off the animals. The bees are gone. I mean, it's June 3rd. I haven't seen a bee this year, and I'm outside a lot. That's where I be at. Get it? See how I did that? I'm just kidding. You got to have a little levity. People have no critical thinking skills. People have no sense of humor. A sense of humor is always a telltale sign that somebody has something going on upstairs. They've got a brain. They've got wit. Wit is a big deal. You know what I mean? God has a sense of humor. There's no two ways about that. God has a sense of humor, and God so loved us all that he gave his only begotten son to save us from sin that we didn't even necessarily commit. Not we on an individual, but we as a collective, because we are all one, and people just don't know that, and it really makes me sad. As much as I wanted to punch the kid's pimples off his face at the checkout, I stood there and just watched him. He moved as though the slower he goes, the faster the line would go away. Like the exact opposite. You know, when I was a kid, you worked. You were happy to work. You got that money. You were happy to work. You did the best job you could. You walk into a coffee shop, the people remember your name. They know what you drink. I've gone into the same, well, I don't go there anymore. I stopped about a year ago, but I went into the same Dunkin' Donuts for 10 years across the street from my house, and they saw me every day and still got my coffee order wrong and still did the same thing. And I watched it all trickle away. The last 5 years, they really amped it up. So I don't even know what the point of this was. I guess it looks like we're on our own, because these people are just getting dumber and dumber and dumber. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but it is what it is. Even some of the smartest people I know, some of the smartest people I've always looked up to as a kid, still think that somehow Donald Trump is a solution to where we find ourselves right now. And yet, in the short time he's been president, he's gone out of his way to make sure that everyone sees it's business as usual. It's absolutely business as usual, even more so. No pun intended, but it's business with a bullet, as usual. You know what I mean? Remember the Moab? Even if they didn't drop it, even if it doesn't exist, they said they did. And that's enough for the sheep. At any rate, Richie from Boston, I gotta say, the poor masses can't take much more of this, or they'll just be drooling, dribbling idiots that can't do anything for themselves whatsoever at all. And I think that's what the end game is. And I gotta say, I think they're really, really close. At any rate, if you watched my live stream yesterday, towards the very, very end, I kind of revealed something. And it's funny because I've never talked about it before until yesterday. And it happened again last night. So clearly they're listening. Richie from Boston. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out.